It's mini breeding season, and so today we are checking Miss Janis and Coco. They were given Lutalize this past weekend, and hopefully it's bringing them into heat, and we can track their cycles and hopefully breed them in a timely fashion. So Janis had a foal last year named Jack, who was by ERL Cuddy Rocks the House, and we are so impressed with that foal that we are really wanting to do that cross again, this time no testicles. Maybe this much white, like just this much. So we give our mini mares Buscopan, which is to relax their rectum before they are palpated. They're just so much smaller, like reproductively, than a big horse is. Last time we checked them, which was last week sometime, I can't remember which day, they didn't really have anything going on. Both of them had CLs, which stands for corpus luteum. They were out of heat, so we gave them both Lutalize, hoping that we see some sort of, I don't know, action going on in there today. We got something started for Miss Janis. How big is that follicle? And they're just like a big horse. Like their follicles get to be the same size, maybe not quite as big. That was like a 20 or a 2. It depends on how you measure it. And so normally 3.5, 35 is the smallest you'd expect for them to ovulate on. Like they could ovulate on a 3, but generally it's more 3.5 to 4.5. So she just had that 2. That's all she had. So she's starting to come into heat now, which means I really hope Coco's right at the same playing field. I'd like to only order 1 round of semen. That would be amazing. Janis did not have to get the sleepy meds. She was a perfectly good little angel, which you would not expect. Coco, she has to get drugs. She's not quite sleepy yet. Janis, you look like a baddie right now. Like your whole coat looks great. Your weight looks great. All right, Miss Coco, what we got? I really hope you're about the same as Janis. I really hope you're not ahead. Not seeing anything giant. Probably around the same, which yay. So Coco has to go wake up for a bit before we can turn her and her little heathen outside again. Look how cutesy he is. He's looking so good. Color aside, I'm talking about his bod. We're gonna tentatively plan for a Friday breeding. So I'm gonna talk to Chandler about his studs and what we need to do for that. We'll check them again on Thursday. If they're being a little bit slow, then we'll just have to make a plan based on them then. So we're getting ready. Both of them look like they're kind of in the same wheelhouse, so let me know if you have any questions and stay tuned for more. It's Monday, which means it's time to crown this week's problematic foal, which if you're new here and don't know what that is, we crown the problematic foal, mini, and horse every week. We look at the previous 7 days, we say who caused the most problems. Now choosing the problematic foal this week was kind of hard. They were all kind of on their best behavior. One of them wasn't even here, so I can't even vouch for him because I wasn't the one taking care of him for the last week. But someone has to be chosen. So I give you Moose for looking like that. What is this haircut we've got going on? He went to the vet with his mama. She got an embryo. They had to stay a little longer because she was taking forever to ovulate. And then at that point, we're like, just keep her until she's ready for an embryo. Well, he left me looking like a little baby. And when I pulled up to the vet clinic, I'm not joking you. I was like, who is that? Like, I saw Raven. I'm like, is that Raven? Is that my mare and baby? Like, look at this chest. It's like bald, we're patchy. He looks dang near white on his back. Look at this. It looks like he has mange. You know, a lot of you have heard me say moldy. And then you're like, I don't know what you mean when my babies are shedding because they end up looking like Bobby and looking like nothing's happening. But then babies like Moose give you a really good example. You look like some blue cheese. You look like you'd stink and taste like a foot. That's what you look like. So just for sheer going through the weanling uglies, it's Moose this week. A lot of y'all are going to have issues with that. I don't care. My say is final. I will say he got glowing reviews when he was at the vet clinic for being a good boy, so he's only bad for us. And I'm just joking. You've actually been like such a good boy lately. I think you're growing up a little bit. But let me tell you, when this is what his all over color is with his black legs, you're gonna be fancy. You're just going through a little ugly stage. It's okay. Let me know if you think someone else deserved it more. I'm sure a lot of you will have things to say. Stay tuned for the problematic mini and horse. Karen is 333 days pregnant today. Now we have started daily updates as of 3 days ago. What we're looking for We're looking for changes in her belly. Has it dropped down? We're looking for changes in her hip. I do notice she's kind of sticking her tail out. We're gonna look for changes in her udder. Is she building milk? Does she have wax? Is she dripping milk? Now, the last time Karen foaled, which was 2024, she had her baby at day 351. So we're still a ways away if she tries to do that this time. But I'm convinced she is going to end our colt streak, okay? If she has a colt, that makes 6 for 6 here at the mini farm. And I just can't believe that would happen. So Karen is going to end the streak. She's gonna have a filly, and she's gonna have it a little bit earlier, because guess what? I'm going to a horse show next week, and you're gonna have that baby before we leave. I'm convinced you're gonna do me that solid. I really am. Just kidding, I'm not. I feel like I'm gonna be at the horse show and have to jet home. It's only like 4 hours away. I feel like I'm seeing a major difference right here. Now, we've moved Karen and Gina to where they're coming into the barn every single night. They're under cameras. Once she starts looking really close, I am gonna have her full alert put in. I feel like I'm starting to see some differences here. You look a little misshapen. Is this baby right here? No, too squishy. We've definitely been rolling. You're filthy. She seemed jigglier to me yesterday. She's very jiggly. I feel like she's maybe rubbing her tail. Our vulva looks a little more elongated. Am I crazy? It's not poochy yet, but it looks a little more elongated, okay? And let's see under here. I feel like her udder looks about the same as it did. Just for science, let's see if we can see a color. Thank you, Miss Karen, for being so nice. Can you even get milk out? Girlfriend, hush. Let me see. No, can't even get milk out yet. So I went back and looked. She really didn't have a substantial bag until like day 340 last time. So maybe that's just her MO. And if that's your colt MO, I'm gonna be so pissed, okay? So that's Miss Karen at day 333. Let me know your guess for what day she's gonna foal on, and if you think she's gonna give us the filly that we're begging for. I doubt it. It's gonna have testicles, I already know. It's Monday, which means it's time to crown this week's problematic mini of the week. You probably already see where I'm standing, but I did lose the sign. I'll find the sign, I promise. 1 week without the sign won't kill us. But for those that don't know, every week we look at the previous 7 days, which we're breaking 2 rules in this video because I'm adding a day. I feel like we kind of smoothed over something that definitely was problematic behavior. So again, I think you know where I'm at. For those that don't know, we crown the problematic mini, horse, and foal every single week. Basically, whoever just had the most problematic behavior, whether they had a stupid vet bill, maybe they were hard to handle, maybe they were mean to their fellow pasture mates, whatever. So this week, it is Blossom. And you wanna know why it's Blossom? Because she tried to have her freaking babies in the rocks. I had at 9 o'clock, I was here by myself. Nobody was here with me to help me kid out this freaking doe. She had been given telltale signs all day long, and I got home and I was like, okay, I can handle this. And she decided, this beautiful building that you have for us to have our babies in to be safe and warm and all those things, no, absolutely not. She decided, you just wait. You see where she decided to have her babies. All day long, she was just right here. Not like just right here on these terrible giant rocks. That's where she was laying all day. And that's where she had her baby last year, except it was dirt instead of rocks. So I had to get my brother-in-law, because again, I was home alone and my husband was out of town. I had to get my brother-in-law to drive over here at 9 o'clock at night, because I couldn't pick her up by myself and she was not moving, to pick her butt up and put her in the kidding castle. And then once she was in there, she took a nap for like 30 minutes and then popped them out. I saw them napping in here earlier on the little alfalfa pile. Oh my goodness. Now, she's not problematic for the whole point that she had 2 beautiful little doelings that almost saved her. But I decided no, that was super problematic. So, like I said, it's Blossom, and she's not even sorry about it. And she's a great mama, so we can forgive her. If you think there was another mini that was more problematic, please let me know. But I think trying to have your children in the rocks is pretty bad. Oh, look at, oh my goodness, it's the cutest thing. It's so cute. So let me know and stay tuned for more. A strong inkling that next week it's going to be this pasture that houses the problematic mini.